But all right, cool. Well, we're gonna go ahead and jump into nerd news, and I think we have some really interesting stuff. It's been a little bit dry the last couple of weeks, but man, this is like we got some cool news that interesting pieces that are pretty unique. Dude, do you want to take this one, or do you want to take the second gaming piece?
I'll give you the second one because, yeah,
go for it.
So this is actually kind of breaking as well at the same time that we're talking about it.
Yeah.
You know, Chris pointed out to me, I was kind of paying half and half attention to this, but my Google Chrome browser wouldn't let me support the live stream. Well, okay, so during today's Apple event, the company revealed several games coming to the new Apple TV. So two of the biggest are Disney Infinity 3.0 and Guitar Hero Live. The maker of Cross Heroes also took the stage and announced that Cross Hero will appear on the device as well, with multiplayer for the first time ever. So rock band creator Harmonix revealed its next game, Beat Sports, a musical minigame made for Apple TV. The game will be made available when Apple TV is out. It features plenty of Siri integration, new UI, and a new remote that also plays game. Apple TV runs on a new operating system, TV OS, which is based on iOS.
Wow. This is... Man, I didn't know about Guitar Hero. That's huge news.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, they're releasing Guitar Hero Live on Apple TV. Yeah, by the way, for you guys to know, I mean, this is still, like, it's literally, this story is developing, so we still don't have all the info quite yet. But, yeah, apparently this new Apple TV, it's very much an Apple TV, but it's also very gaming related, you know?
Yeah, so, well, in, like, a bit more context anyway, so... the new Apple TV is 32 gig model, which is available for $149 in the US. 64 gigabyte will cost $199. It comes out in October, so it's right around the corner. New Apple TV has, obviously, we said, new Siri integration, new UI, and a new remote that plays games. And obviously, I told you about the system that it's running on as well. Siri commands let you search Apple TV using subjects, genre, actors, and more using a voice. In a single screen, you'll see a viewing option across Netflix, Hulu, HBO, and Showtime. Voice commands also allow you to skip ahead or go back, asking what did she say, and we'll rewind and add subtitles as well, which is a really cool feature.
Wow, that's really holy shit! Oh, and I just saw the controller too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So you can even be as specific as asking Siri for a specific TV episode featuring a notable guest star. Swiping down the remote while watching a film allows you to jump between scenes and read synopsis. iPod and iPhone can be used as controllers for Apple TV. And obviously we just mentioned all the stuff about the gaming thing. And Apple's CEO Tim Cook said, and I quote, "Our vision for TV is simple and perhaps a little provocative. We believe the future of television is apps," end quote. And that's probably it. Yeah, that's everything that I have so far, which is developing.
Yeah, I have a couple of gaming news too, gaming stuff too. Guys, sorry, like we probably sound so like ill prepared, but literally this is like coming out as we're talking. But yeah, there's some games too. Rayman Adventures, which looks like, you know, Rayman Legends and whatnot. That's a title Ubisoft is going to release. Transistor is coming out for Apple TV. And yes. dude, Guitar Hero Live does look. It's the exact same as the console version. It's the live action stuff with the, you know, so it's not like a dumbed down version. And also apparently, the controller, the Siri remote controller for Apple TV doubles as a game controller. Apparently, the touch surface can act as a virtual D-pad, and it has a built-in accelerometer and a gyroscope as well. And it even has like a Wii-esque like loop that you could wear. It looks like a Wii remote almost. But you can also buy like a third-party controller that looks more like a traditional, like almost like an Xbox controller. So holy shit. Okay, so Apple is going balls deep into gaming. This is going to be something. It's like the middle ground between casual and hardcore. It looks like.
Well, I mean, like exactly what you said, but I mean, like it's very juicy news to start off with, and the fact is, I think with Apple, it's found the perfect place. Because I remember people saying they're going to make a games console, etc. There is no space in the games console for them to make. They'd get clobbered. left, right, and centre. This with Apple TV, kind of like the evolution of Apple TV, is where it's going to really hit home, especially with kind of games like Guitar Hero Live coming. You'll upsell heavily because a lot of the mobile market, people use iPhones and play shit on their iPads and etc. will love to see something like Apple TV. It's easy, it's cheap. You can buy it for the TV, you get the controllers, etc. You can use iPhones. I think it works really well for Apple to kind of like use this as kind of their next step in the gaming thing. Does it threaten gaming like the big free companies? Not really, no.
Right.
It might deter a few things, but still, like no one's going to really knock Sony anywhere or Microsoft with the amount of sales they're getting for PlayStation 4. I think it's just good for Apple kind of taking Apple TV to the next level, because I was thinking about it a few months ago when it was really cheap, the actual box, but now I'm kind of like reconsidering I might just buy that. And obviously Siri gets its kind of like boost up there. I'm just kind of more curious about how the actual games will play. I mean, obviously we've had kind of like loads of like looking back in history with Ouya and stuff like that. People thought that was going to be the next big thing. Mm-hmm. Not saying Apple won't do some well with it, but it's just how big the market is for it. What it's kind of like aiming for.
I was going to actually say and add to that. This really reminds me of is almost like the Ouya, except with more like what's it called, like entertainment features to it. And as everyone knows, the Ouya really didn't kick off. Like I don't think it did very well, except for like a hardcore following. I don't know, dude. I mean, honestly, I don't think I'd buy it for a gaming console. I think I would buy it more for the Apple TV itself. Because it just that's like the cherry on the icing, oh, by the way, it plays gaming stuff. But the Apple TV itself seems really cool. It's a little, I don't know, about $120. I think that's a bit pricey for an Apple TV. I liked it when it had that sweet, $100 price point, and I think the old one is now $70 or something like that. So I don't know. I'm probably not going to get one anytime soon. Maybe if it's on sale or the price lowers, I would pick one up. Maybe. I don't really know if I would need one, to be honest, because I have devices, more than enough devices that play Apple TV, and God, Lord knows I could rent a movie on like 50 different things I have. So I don't really know if I would need this, but it is neat. It's really cool looking, and
yeah. Well, I mean, it's different from hearing your perspective, because obviously the American kind of like market is more centric to Hulu and Netflix and HBO stuff. We the UK market is heavily Netflix and maybe like Amazon and just like BBC iPlayer and stuff like that. Everything else that's free.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like very interesting to hear in the sense that Apple's kind of rolling out this event. Obviously, the new iPhone stuff came out and etc. On the tech perspective, I can give you different things, but Chris is more. Chris is not into that kind of thing. But
yeah. Unfortunately, I'm like really dumb when it comes to tech. Like I couldn't tech myself out of a fucking paper bag. Like I'm really bad. So.
But yeah, like I'm very interested to see where it goes. I still think Apple is still missing that next big step in innovation. Mm-hmm. Maybe it'll be the car thing they have in the back of their mind.
The iCar.
The iCar. God damn it! That's the day of reckoning. But yeah, they still are missing that huge leap forward after Steve Jobs' death to kind of like take them to the next level. Because obviously a lot of their products now kind of like trying to improve what they have, but at the same time I can't fault them either, because what is the next big thing? Yeah. So it's kind of hard to predict what the next bold innovation is going to be. But with the actual this is very good for a strategic standpoint and very good for consumers and some consumers, people who don't really play games on consoles, and also for publishers as well. I don't think it'll alienate any kind of console games or anything else. I think it's just kind of a good way of bringing a new market in, if they can.
Yeah, no, I agree. This is one of those, like, curious to see how this turns out. Because I think it could go either way, dude. Apple's a pretty big brand, and they've turned around Apple TV before. I remember the first Apple TV sold like shit. Not too many people bought it, and they had to really mark it down into like a sweet, like price point. I remember, my dad bought one finally, like the last one that was released when they had put it down. So this could be something that, does the same. It's kind of weird for people like, me who, I have like fucking an Xbox, a PlayStation, a Wii U. So it's like, I don't really need to add something else to it. I have like all those things, but, that's definitely something I want to see how it turns out. This is like a big step for them, like diving into the gaming market. And like you said, it's not too big, but it's not too small either. It's like that perfect middle ground. So be definitely curious about that. But all right, cool. We'll jump into our last piece of gaming news. So this is something that actually Adnan brought to my attention, and I thought was really interesting. But so Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, the sales figures has came out, and basically the combined globally, the game has sold 3 million units worldwide. And according to this article from Forbes, apparently the game has a long ways to go before it breaks even from its profit. It says here that the game's development was reportedly to be around $80 million, and that's not. I don't know if that's including distribution cost or marketing, but it was around $80 million. We don't know if that includes the Fox engine or anything like that.
Yeah, that's the big thing. This game.
Yeah.
If I was going to speak. It cost $120 million to make. Take into account the Fox engine and everything else, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't seem to be right with the budget. So that's almost the budget of MGS4. What was MGS4? 80 million or a bit below that?
MGS4? Shit, I don't remember.
I think it was that, or it was just a little bit below. I think it might have been 60 million or something like that. Mm-hmm. But that kind of sheer scale of MGS5, the promotion, the marketing, 7 years of development, a new Fox engine, equating to the cost that they made with ground zeros as well. But yeah, I'll let you finish the story. Continue.
Oh yeah. So no, basically, so Forbes is analyzing that because the development budget was around $80 million, the game will likely need to sell quite a bit more to break even. And then they said that it goes on to talk about how, obvious things like obviously modern marketing budgets and game development costs nowadays are a lot more than they were 10 years ago or something like that, because games are getting more and more robust in terms of its horsepower and things like that. They said, this is an interesting fact, apparently Metal Gear Solid 4 had a similar amount of initial launch sales, but that was only with one platform. So in a sense, it's kind of a disappointment that the Phantom Pain, which is, it was released on PlayStation 3 and 4, Xbox 360 and Xbox One, and Steam. So it was released on 5 different platforms, and it sold around the same amount that MGS4 did, and MGS4 was on one system, the PS3. So in a way, that's kind of a bit of a disappointment. But the article just goes on to say how, obviously, this is something to keep an eye on because, this game really needs to sell well. This was a big gamble. I mean, obviously, Kojima put his heart and soul into this, and, with the Fox engine and all that they put into the development. So, that's going to be something to keep an eye out for sure.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, in some sense, it's great. 3 million sales, but as I said, the budget for this game was fucking unreal. The amount they must have put into it, and they do need to break even because Konami is in a state where it's kind of looking at the gaming industry and it's going to. You know what, I think for them the best thing to do anyway is just sell off their IPs and get out, because they don't make a ton of fortune from games. They make it more from their own, their spas and their Chinko machines and everything else they're doing in Japan. They're a bigger business outside gaming. I think they're just kind of they should have been doing what mobile gaming was 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. They should have ended that ages ago, made the profit and then left. I just think they've come in too late for that. But it says everything when MGS4 had a very similar amount of sales, and that was on one console. It really speaks something about a game because shit me. Because they must have really egged Kojima on to make it multi-platform. Because obviously MGS has a long history of being a PlayStation exclusive at some point.
Right. Yeah.
At some point or another. When it comes to different consoles, it's you're not really sold in the numbers. You're kind of thinking what's going wrong, and obviously a lot of it might have been the controversy that happens between Kojima and Konami. Probably some people boycotted it, some people didn't. I think one of the biggest things they did was letting press go and play the game days in advance and stuff like that.
Oh, right.
And then, the game being distributed to places earlier, and it's getting, live streams and, spoilers posted. It was one of those things where some people would just be I don't care anymore because I can just read everything, and they didn't buy it. Mm-hmm. Obviously, as well, considering it went out on the same day as Mad Max, so there's another part of the audience that lost. But it does say something, though, about the game. I mean, I'd like to see more about what its overall sales figures will be, because I think it might become the best-selling Metal Gear game in the franchise, but it is kind of like a little bit underwhelming, especially when it has a worldwide release and then it hits that number, and then you compare it to MGS4, and you're like, you have a little bit of reservations.
Yeah, I would want to hold out as well. Maybe word of mouth will kick in as well, because I really think this game is excellent, and a lot of the issues that people complained about in previous Metal Gears, I think they've kind of fixed.
So yeah, in the actual Konami's fiscal report from 2008, it says Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriot shipped over 3 million units worldwide on the day of its release.
Oh, wow. So this is identical to Phantom Pain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that was, obviously, I was pointing out to Chris, like, in that same week, I think it was like 700% of PS3 units went up as well in sales.
Yeah.
So kind of say a lot about MGS4. But I mean, like, that says everything. That speaks volumes. You're like, shit, where have you gone wrong with this?
Yeah.
And I think they will kind of like really come back and haunt Konami now, because they'll be like, we spent a lot of money. Yeah, the Fox engine is used for other games, Ground Zeroes, PES and stuff like that, but it's still not like, the long-term development plan. I think they had something envisioned for it. Like, the Fox engine was going to run Silent Hills, it's going to run a lot more games. But now with Kojima gone from the scene, they have a Fox engine, and they're going to keep using it for PES, but then they're going to use it for Metal Gear. It's like kind of, throwing so much in the air.
Yeah. This dude, actually, man, like another kind of like underlining story, or like that's kind of like a byproduct of this story is like, what does this say about like I mean, obviously this is too early to say, but like this could affect the future of Metal Gear in some way, because maybe the next Metal Gear, they don't want it to have a budget this big if this game doesn't do very well.
Yeah.
Maybe they want to like try to like lower the budget so that if it makes 3 million on launch, multi-platform, they can make their money back and break even with that, So yeah, man, now that Kojima's gone, holy shit, this is a very interesting, what's going to happen from that. Yeah, wow, this is something I definitely like. Just like the Apple TV, I would want to keep an eye on this and see how it develops and what exactly comes out from this. Damn, hell of a story, especially in comparison to MGS4. That's super interesting. I wonder if maybe Ground Zeroes turned people off. Maybe people didn't like how difficult the game was, or how open world it was, and the freedom and stuff. Maybe that could have affected it somehow, because they've never done that with a Metal Gear game, like release a prologue separately, to get people like a taste of Phantom Pain, or like the next game.
Did Ground Zero sell 1 million in its first week?
I don't know. Over collectively? I don't remember. I think it did hit 1 million at least in its first week. And everyone was like not really too worried, since it was just a like a prologue, and not like it was just like an attachment to Phantom Pain. I don't remember though, man. That would be something interesting to look up later on. I'm not sure, but I'd be curious if Ground Zeroes did affect Phantom Pain, or what the case is.
Yeah, possibly though. Yeah, it could have a really bad knock-on effect for people who never played a Metal Gear game and went in that as the first Metal Gear game.
Yeah, can you imagine if they thought that's how long a Metal Gear game is? Like, what? It's only like one mission? Fuck this. Or like a couple of side ops and jamais vu, deja vu. What the hell is this? And maybe they thought, oh, Phantom Pain's the same shit except it's more expensive now. Like, yeah, that could have affected it as well. There could have been some people that maybe, yeah, that's a good point, man. There could have been some people that just maybe it didn't click to them, or it kind of did bad. Which is funny, because supposedly that was like I think that was a Kojima idea, or maybe a Konami idea, because it was taking so long to release Phantom Pain. So they gave us Ground Zeroes. Ah, man, damn. Well, I hope for the best for Metal Gear. Obviously, I love that series with all my little heart, but yeah, that's not a good start. Especially for a multi-plat, like fucking out for 5 systems. Holy shit. Well, all right. I guess on that sad, awkward note, we'll move on to our entertainment half of the news. So we have some cool like movie news, and we also have a kind of like a miscellaneous entertainment news. It really doesn't fall into the category of movie, TV, or comic. This is like a first. Dude, did you want to take this first one or the second one? Choice is yours.
Oh, I'll say the second one.
Okay, cool. So, okay, pretty big movie news. So, the new Bond film releasing this November, Spectre, they have revealed. They revealed a couple of stuff. They revealed, number one, who is going to sing the main theme song for the film, and they've also announced what's the title of it. So, the Grammy-winning artist Sam Smith is going to be the singer for the new Bond song for Spectre that is titled "Writings on the Wall." So they announced it via Twitter that Sam Smith would be performing "Writings on the Wall" for the film Spectre. And Sam Smith was quoted as saying, "I am so excited to be a part of this iconic British legacy and join an incredible lineup of some of my biggest musical inspirations." Speaking to Radio 1, Smith also revealed that he wrote the song in just 20 minutes with regular collaborator Jimmy Napes and recorded it back in January. The song will be available to purchase and stream on September 25th. So that's interesting. It's going to be made so early, before it. Really cool. I mean, I'm not familiar with Sam Smith. I don't really know his background or anything, but I'm really excited to hear a new James Bond song. I mean, that's like the staple for the whole fucking franchise. Is, at the beginning there's always that really epic, awesome opening with that really cool song, especially in the 80s. Did you ever see any of the 80s ones, man?
Oh yeah.
Oh god, they were so cool. I love the two I love so much is License to Kill, what was the other one? No, I'm sorry, not License to Kill. Although I do like that one. I was really into A View to a Kill by Duran Duran, and the second one was oh my god, The Living Daylights. That was a great one too.
Yeah.
So, but License to Kill was pretty cool too. Yeah, dude, they're so good, man. Like, that's my favorite.
I think Adele's hit one of the best ones. That was Skyfall.
Oh, Adele was awesome. Like, Skyfall, I to be honest, I didn't like the Alicia Keys and Jack White one for Quantum of Solace. Yeah, I hated that fucking song.
Well, I mean, that film should be disregarded anyway.
That's very true.
It's a very, very terrible film. No, but I mean, like, it's very interesting news to hear. It was, as you said, big news to hear from that. I'm really excited for this film.
Yeah, dude.
I'm really excited.
November, man. Legacy continues.
Yeah, I completely forgot how much I love, what was it called? Skyfall.
Oh, Skyfall. Oh, dude. That movie, that movie did so much for the Bond franchise. Not only did it, it brought back the Bond series because it kind of been absent for a few years because Quantum of Solace came out in 2008, and I know the company that owns Bond, MGM, they had a lot of financial issues, and so there's like a big gap, 2008 to 2012, and we finally got the Bond film in time for the 50th anniversary, and that was so oh man, dude, that movie was just like it breathed so much life into Bond and the franchise. And I mean, I can't wait to see what Sam Mendes. I love how he's directing the next one. Also, like, I can't wait to see what he does with Spectre. I mean, I mean, with the exception of Quantum of Solace, I think all the Daniel Craig films have been really solid so far. Casino Royale was amazing, and Skyfall was great, and Spectre, I think, looks awesome. I mean, Christoph Waltz is in it. I love that guy. So
yeah, he's actor.
Excellent choice. Excellent, a worthy, what's it called? In the vein of Javier Bardem, I'm going to butcher his name, but the villain from Skyfall, and also Michael Madsen from
Michael Madsen?
Or no, Mads Mikkelsen from Casino Royale.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Okay, yeah, they were great villains. So I think Christoph Waltz has the chops to definitely, take over in that kind of line that they've been doing. But
yeah, definitely. I think it's great news. But Sam Smith, good choice.
Yeah,
see if you can top Adele.
Definitely, yeah. But all right, cool. I guess we'll cover the last piece, dude, which is all on you.
It is on me. Fuck me. So, as of September 7th, Ubisoft announced that it is developing a next-generation theme park. No, I'm not shitting you. You are hearing correct. So, combining a rich portfolio of world-renowned brands and expertise in designing highly interactive gaming experiences, Ubisoft aims to revolutionize guests' journeys. Why is there an S on journeys? Never mind. The project is being led by Ubisoft Motion Pictures, which is a successful track record of expanding Ubisoft's game brands to theme parks, with the launch of the award-winning Rabbids Dark Ride at French Park Futuroscope, I must say. For its first generation theme park, Ubisoft Motion Pictures is partnering with RSG, co-owner and co-developer of Movie Animation Park Studios, and Ubisoft Motion Pictures Senior Vice President Jean de Rivières said, and I quote, "Together we are creating a place where every guest is a player, every ride is a playground, every visit is a game. In RSG, we found a partner with a successful track record in working with international brands, a shared ambition to design the family destination of the future, and a wealth of expertise in theme park development," end quote. The planned 10,000 square meter development will be located in the heart of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, second most visited country in Asia, and will feature innovative rides, attractions, and shows inspired by Ubisoft's biggest franchises, including Assassin's Creed, Just Dance, and Rabbids. The park will open in 2020. And RSG chairman Rameli said, "RSG is committed to redefining family fun, and video games has taken an increasingly central role in entertaining for all ages. Partnering with Ubisoft means we'll work with creative teams to develop the first of what we believe to be a revolutionary new theme park experience. We are confident that this partnership agreement highly benefits both parties and consolidates our presence in the global family entertainment market," end quote. Whew.
That's a mouthful.
Chris, you going?
What? No. Fuck no.
Want to go?
No.
we just get stuck on a ride and you have the technicians coming in for a day one patch. Like, guys, we're going to get down here. Don't worry, guys. We got update one going.
Wouldn't that be, like, can you imagine that, like, the history of Ubisoft, and you're sitting on a roller coaster, like, thinking, am I about to die? Like, is this roller coaster going to derail and fling me miles away and, like, to my death? Like,
I said to them about the movie, you can't day one patch a movie with the Assassin's Creed movies, they better be good. Yeah, I mean, like, it's bizarre. It's also new territory as well, and it could be, like, you know, good territory and like getting a kind of profit. The thing is, though, you have to really appeal to like I don't know what audience you target to. Because you imagine, I don't think gamers would go in there. Well, unless you're like a die-hardcore fan of the Assassin's Creed franchise or something like that. I would not go in somewhere like that. That's just like kind of overkill for me. I'm a fucking games journalist and a gamer.
I mean, I'm a huge theme park nut, dude. Like, I love theme parks, you know? But I don't know, man. Like, Ubisoft is the last fucking thing I think of when I think of theme parks. Like, I could see, like, a video game themed, like, okay, I know that Universal, and I don't know if I think we might have reported this on the show in the past, but I know that Nintendo has made, like, a deal with Universal Studios to, like, supposedly, I don't know if it's Islands of Adventure or Universal Studios Florida, but one of those theme parks is going to be getting what's it called, a land or a themed area with Nintendo properties in it, which I think is a great idea. Nintendo, I could see that being able to be used as a section of a theme park. Ubisoft, I mean, it's just like, okay, Assassin's Creed is cool, like, you know, well, let me rephrase that. Assassin's Creed can be cool, at times, but, like, I don't know, man, they really don't have a lot of, I mean, what the fuck, like, hack your own ride in the Watchmen, Watch Dogs, you know, like, attraction. Like, I don't know, I feel like they don't really have a whole lot of stuff. I could see Ubisoft contributing to, like, a video game theme land, like, maybe doing, like, an Assassin's Creed ride for like the Universal Nintendo, not even Nintendo Land, but the Universal Video Game Land. I could see them like contributing a ride to that, but not like a whole fucking like park or section or whatever. I don't know about that. That doesn't intrigue me. Like, I think that's overkill. And I agree with you. What's the market for this? It just seems like, even if you're a video game nut and you're a theme park nut, I don't think Ubisoft is like the first thing you think of when you want to see that combination happen.
Yeah, it's bizarre, but again, like I said, it's untapped territory for them.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking who knows, like, maybe Konami opens up a ride and we have fucking Metal Gear Sahelanthropus fucking ride, something like that. It's just, I'm not too sure what I can actually say about this. It's still bizarre to me. Like, kind of one of those news you hear it, you kind of still try to swallow it. But yeah.
It's a development. It's definitely like let's take a look and see what the hell, like they do with this. But I mean, I'll say it's definitely what I will give Ubisoft is this is a very interesting angle to take it. I mean, that's if you would have told me, shit, if you're even now being told they're doing that, that's like the last thing I would have thought of was Ubisoft doing that. I would have thought maybe they should. I would think they would have taken a year off from Assassin's Creed before making a fucking theme park. But I mean, that just makes sense to me. But yeah, I guess this is one of those we'll wait and see type thing. It's our motto over here. It's our Hakuna Matata on Gamer Headline Show is wait and see what the hell is going to happen with a lot of these announcements we quite can't make heads or tails out of when first told. So we'll see what good old Uncle Ubisoft has up their sleeves.